Hi everybody, this is Sister Omi. I hope everyone is doing well. And we just had the full moon Monday in Sagittarius. And that full moon was preparation for the solstice. And this is going to be a reading on the solstice. Now, coming from that full moon is Sag, so our faith and our optimism should be enhanced. And also, it should be prep for what is our divine destiny, something that raised our vibration. We probably receive flashes of insight, or this is something that we're going through right now. We're receiving flashes of insight and downloads as to why are we here? What is our purpose? So what we're thinking about is just let go. They say, don't sweat the small stuff. We don't want to sweat the small stuff because we want to look at the big picture. And replace negativity with positivity. This is a time to recalibrate and go for that thing that will bring each of us our bliss. Now, when I say bliss, I'm not talking about going out partying, alcohol, all that stuff. I'm talking about real bliss. And what that means is, would you be willing to do what is uncomfortable for you to obtain your goals? And staying open to what is being presented. So we're going back to that trust and faith coming through that Sagittarius moon. And know that challenges are blessings in disguise. Now, the solstice is when the sun reaches the northernmost point in the hemisphere. And the solstice is a magical time. So it's time to change and cleanse. This is a profound shift to clear things out. So this would be a good time to clean your home, maybe do a water fast from technology, things like that, or just change your thinking or change how you see things. This is, like I said, a time to recalibrate and to change the collective. Each of us could do something individually to change. And that is something that will have a great impact on a collective. If everyone changes a little something, we're going to change the vibration overall. And it's about healing the shadow side, which is interesting because first card, this is the heart chakra, the inner child. And with that inner child, we could create a more fulfilling relationships with that inner child. Each child within us has aspects and part of us that are vulnerable, misunderstood, feels unloved or not heard. And those wounded feelings we hold on to as children. So we're talking about healing our shadow side and changing those unconscious tapes that go on in our heads. Old wounds may be opened and you may feel trapped and confused. Know that it's time to give your inner child some love and care. Whatever is required, know it's a powerful time of healing and breaking free from those old restraints. So it's like changing our minds, changing the way we think, and giving ourselves some self-love and opening up our heart. And let your child free and allow this aspect of you to feel safe and loved and heard. Life can be so serious, and we forget to play and create joy and to have some fun. And that is something that we will need to do to help release those pent-up things that we've been holding on to. And this is good that this came up with this heart. We have to recalibrate. Let that child free. So it may be good to go out and stand in the grass, hug a tree, just get out in nature. Also here, we have the third eye, balance. So if you're changing your heart, You're changing the way you see things. So we have to look at things from a more balanced approach. It's not always bad, it's not always good, it just is. So we look at things as if it just is and not put a label to it. It'll help us balance that out how we see things, and also help us recalibrate our heart, and how that will have an impact on how we see things. And if we're letting that inner child out, this is the solar plex, the facade. You know, a lot of times we wear different hats, different masks. It's time to let that person free, you know. And this is the solar plexus. So this is our mental, our willpower, our beliefs. So we have to change, maybe like we changing things, how we see things. We're changing things within our heart. And that's definitely having an impact on our mind. And we can let down the facade and be who we really are. As I asked, with prep coming from the Sagittarius full moon, you know, we've been getting downloads or have been thinking, really, what is our destiny? Are you working that job or doing that thing, you know, because, you know, your family wants you to, or, you know, because of your relationship? And I'm not saying quit your job, but maybe there's something that you could do to let your real self out. Or maybe even looking at that job or looking at that thing a little differently. It's time to let go of the facade. And do we hold on to that facade? That's something to think about as we're coming through this solstice and as we're recalibrating. Are we holding on to things because we're afraid we'll be rejected? We won't be accepted being our true selves? Now, this is your crown chakra, and this goes back to, especially after solstice, drinking more water to help cleanse. And even your space, because when your space is clear, your mind is clear. You can bring balance to your mind. And if you're drinking enough water and things like that, it helps with some mental clarity. Because this is what we need at this. Ooh, excuse me. At the solstice. Look at it like this. Rejection is God's protection. Because if there is something that's rejecting us, it's really something that's not for us. And realize that might be part of the challenge, and that could be part of that blessing in disguise. This is going to be a shift for everyone. This is across the board, and all of us are on different paths and different places on our path. However, we all still feel the same emotion and may not be motivated by the same thing, but we all feel these things. Is there fear of rejection? Or you keep up a certain facade because you really don't want you're concerned that no one will accept you as the person that you really, really are. There's no need to fear rejection. Like I said, this is a time to get focused on really what is your purpose. Those are things that are probably going to cross your mind in some form or fashion during this time. Excuse me, I don't know why all of a sudden I got a sneezing attack. Now, I pulled the crystal, which is the which is the turquoise. And this is about your true riches. Your pathway is one of self-realization. And do I have to say more? Because that's what the solstice is about, self-realization. And qualities you cultivate now drive your spiritual evolution forward. Draw on your karmic wisdom and past life skills. Release vows that no longer serve you and speak what used to be unspeakable. And that would be, letting go of the facade. And do not concern yourself with rejection. So this is beautiful. I'm posting this now, so if you have a turquoise, it would be good to keep it on your person, or if you have a necklace, earrings, ring, bracelet, or, maybe just keep it in your pocket. But just know that this is also a good time to watch your health and be mindful. Be around people who make you smile. Good friends accompany you. You are in the spotlight and others will rely on you. So be around good, positive people, not naysayers and complainers at this time. Because your true riches lie in the bank in your heart. And that goes back to, wow, you can't write this. That inner child. Open your heart and let her out. That you that likes to smile, have fun, enjoy life, recalibrate, bring yourself back into balance. How are you looking at things? It's time to change that. Let go of the facade and do not fear any rejection. So I'm going to go back and stress why this is really a good time to clean your environment, drink more water, and start to release. If you find yourself starting to get negative or think negative thoughts, turn it to something positive. Or go do something to take your mind out of that space. Now I pulled 2 trees. The first one, this is the olive tree. On reflection, heaven sends a message of wisdom, restored to peace, faith, hope, and love. Harmony prevails. The olive tree. Extend the olive branch to yourself. Extend an olive branch to someone else. That is something that's going to help change the vibration in yourself and in others. We want to elevate our vibration, especially this is a magical time. It's like we can create magic if we just want to do, even if it's just that one thing, change how you see things. That could create more peace vibrationally. Now the next tree I pulled is the laurel tree, victory. There is no crowning glory of achievement without first being victorious over inner conflict. Isn't that what I said? This is a time to do something that makes us uncomfortable to face our goals. For example, maybe you work with someone who's, everybody got one of those people you got to work with, and they're just nerve-wracking. But it may make you uncomfortable to approach this person. And maybe it's time to do that. Extend some type of olive branch. Do something that makes you uncomfortable. Say you have a goal, but you don't want to work certain hours, but you're going to do what you got to do so you can keep your eye on the prize. And as you're doing that, you're going to focus on the prize, not that, oh God, I got to be here. You know what I'm saying? It's like change that negative to a positive. And if everyone is doing that and working on opening your heart and healing that inner child and letting her out to play a little bit, like I said, go to a park, walk, take your shoes off. It's summer now. It's been raining on the East Coast. So if you're someplace where it ain't raining or at some other time, put your feet in the dirt, go hug a tree. And if you can't do that, maybe pot some plants. Get in touch with the earth and allow that to free you. Release yourself in that. This is a magical time. Do what is required to create change. This is a time to purge. And this is a time to face your fears. All right? So I hope everyone has a beautiful, beautiful solstice, because this is a time to purge, do what you have to do to get where you need to go. So this is doing something uncomfortable. Do it with a smile on your face, because what you're really doing is creating magic. Okay? So let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. This is Sister Omi. Peace.